Hello, YouTube. This is a borderline worthless time for me to head out, but I'm on a couple missions right now. Need to get something to eat. It's been quite a while since the chimichangas, and I did have a little bologna sandwich, but I mean just straight bologna and mustard. I'm out of cheese right now at home. I'm not wanting to buy any groceries until I can find my damn EBT card. The card would have been activated on the 6th. Well, hang on, by the way, it's Wednesday, July 12th, 2023, 7:58 p.m. I should get that out. And let me get to the spot where I'm not blocking potential traffic here, so I can stop. Let me shut off my car so it doesn't overheat. It's just so tempting to idle with my air on, and yeah, that's just asking to completely destroy this car. Yeah, I need to bust out my calendar. I need to work on the desktops of these various smartphones because there are certain things that I use as tools that I'm just doing way too many clicks trying to, or taps trying to get to it. So I do have a gig coming up with Winolo tomorrow at I just noticed that I have that one of my Android calendars, which I think is populating to some of my other Android calendars, but not other ones. I should get better at utilizing that because I am trying to juggle a lot of stuff right now. I forget the name of the place I'm going to. It's general labor. It's kind of crappy pay. I think it's like $13.50 or $14 an hour. Generally, I try to aim for the stuff that's paying more, like $18 an hour. I feel like there were a couple of job offers that were offered today on Winolo that I was not awake to take. I'm not really going to sweat that. I mean, there's no point in setting an alarm for a message that might show up. And I think it's good that I got some much needed sleep. You know, I brought out my calendar because I was trying to talk about something of value. Oh, yes. So I got so many things going on, and it's easy for me to forget about them because I am kind of a forgetful sort of person. Yeah, my benefits should have come on for Snap on Thursday the 6th. So, yeah, almost a week ago. It'll be a week ago tomorrow. And I got them approved on Monday the 3rd. So at this point, it's like, at what point do I give up on finding my EBT card and go through the process to replace it? Because I think if I'd have just done that right away, I would have probably already got it by now. And then it's like, well, maybe I should be spending more time cleaning my place because, duh, my place needs it badly. So speaking of schedules and calendars and things of that manner, damn, just that little stop there just got me sweating. I don't look at the iPhone, see what the hell the temperature is. 104 right now, still. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the forecast for 117 for 2 days in a row this weekend. The shitty thing is I think on those days, I'm going to have to be out in it to a certain degree. So I'm going to have to bring all my equipment. I haven't heard anything from Joyce since my karaoke show. Joyce, the manager of Wander Inn, and also wow, look how full that parking lot is. Oh, there's some, I can't tell if there's softball going on right now or soccer going on right on, or both off to the right in the park, but the park is packed with people doing park things as opposed to people doing squatter things. So that's cool. And the big mystery white short bus thing is gone. I'll never get an answer on that. I really want to know what was up with it, but I'm not in a position financially to be trying to acquire stuff like that as abandoned from the city. So one more minor change in the neighborhood that I think the average person probably didn't even notice that I've been hyper focused on for a while. Speaking of things in the neighborhood, did y'all see the giant wardrobe sitting in front where the guy's got his bulk trash out ready to be picked up? That thing is cool as fuck. I tell you, if I had the means to move it and a place to put it, I would be grabbing that. That thing looks a little rough around the edges, but it looks overall awesome, and it looks like it could be cleaned up. Like maybe put some new knobs on it, and honestly, I'd probably be happy with new knobs on it. It's easy to say, oh yeah, sand it down and finish it, but who am I kidding? I don't ever do that kind of shit. I'd put knobs on it and call it good. I might paint it. I am the kind of person to do that sort of thing. So where am I going? What am I doing? Hey, I should focus on that now that I'm back in motion here. Ooh, and the air feels so good. I'm on my way over to Nu Towne, probably wasting my time to a point, but I want to touch base with Michael and just let him know that I did browse through all the jobs on maricopacounty.gov, and that I saw absolutely nothing I thought I was remotely qualified for, and ask him if he has any suggestions or connections to that in. Because he made it sound like they're really desperate for help and really need people, particularly down at the Maricopa County Courthouse. But the job descriptions as posted don't look like they're desperately needing people. I mean, because if you're desperately needing people, you're not demanding people that have extensive amounts of experience and extensive amounts of education. If you're desperate for people, then you're putting things in your job description like no experience necessary. Are you a detail-oriented person? No experience necessary, we will train. And that's not what I was seeing. Speaking of jobs that are like that, Priscilla sent me one. I think it was a link to Indeed. And to be fair, I haven't really been looking at Indeed or ZipRecruiter much. I keep getting things pushed through occasionally, on my notifications and on my LCM email. And I haven't really looking at those. I've been trying to play out the stuff that I've been doing, and I've actually been working quite a bit through Winolo. As I said, I worked the last 2 days at HelloFresh. I did talk to a recruiter today, by the way, from Manpower, regarding working at HelloFresh, and I had a really great conversation with him. But the way it works with them is basically you're on with them for 3 months and show a certain level of consistency for the 3 months before HelloFresh. I know they've had this no left turn here for a while. I need to not be setting myself for failure at this intersection. And why? Why? Like, why? I don't see any reason for the left turn lane to be blocked. I think I can do a safe U-turn here. No, I can't. I can do a safe U-turn here. For the record, U-turns in Arizona, not illegal, but any unsafe turn or maneuver can get you a ticket for an unsafe turn or maneuver, especially if it causes an accident. Generally, the person making the U-turn has zero right of way. So, but yeah, that was a legit maneuver, and I didn't have a whole lot of options trying to get where I'm going from where I was coming from. Just posted a short today that's got quite a lot of views of a guy that turned right on Van Buren. I want to say from like 10th Avenue, and then came to a dead stop in front of me to turn left, not from the left turn lane, but from the straight lane. He did have his blinker on, I'll give him that. But if you're in that straight lane, that blinker should be indicating that you're changing lanes to go into the left turn lane, not that you're turning left from the lane you're not supposed to turn from. So, yeah. I couldn't really tell from the video if the guy was making a U-turn there or if he was turning left onto like 9th Avenue. It kind of seemed like he was making a U-turn, but it was hard to tell from the video for certain. But I went back and I watched the whole thing out of context because I don't know, I'm kind of obsessed about this kind of stuff. Oh, and somebody in the comments section on my borderline viral video about the criminal speeder of the criminal speeder on Loop 303 that I'm getting so many negative comments on. Whatever, bring on the negative comments. I appreciate the views and engagement. Y'all pushing me to 500 subscribers where I can actually monetize this channel. I'm getting frighteningly close to it, and the engagement is getting my videos actually recommended to people via the algorithm. So that's good. I get comments that are like, mind your own business. And my response to that is, safe roadways should be everybody's business. That's something I firmly believe in. And somebody else apparently feels that makes me a communist. Which is funny, because I absolutely really couldn't be any more of a capitalist. I mean, hello. I keep my libertarian registered voter card with me at all times. Just when the red and blue bickering goes on, I'm like, here's an alternate view. How about less government? Just fucking up we the people. How about that? I forget what else I was going to say. I need to get inside. A friend of mine texted me and actually hit me on Snap and said that there was free food here tonight. I got a feeling I'm probably too late to get any of it, but I still want to just pop in here for a moment and hopefully have that conversation with the owner here, and also kind of get a grip on when the free food is on Wednesday nights, because free dinner here on Wednesday nights, even with me paying for a beer, it's probably going to cost me less than going to Andre House for free dinner on Wednesday nights, and I'd rather spend that money on beer than on gas. Just saying. And I'm back. Yeah, as I figured, I got here too late for free food, but I did get here in time for happy hour prices on beers. So yeah, got a bottle of beer for $3. Can't complain about that. Check this out, and it's probably not interesting to anybody but just things like this catch my eye. There's a sign right there, and it's kind of dark, so probably y'all can't really see it. It says, additional parking, post office across the street. The parking lot here is small, and sometimes this place gets crazy packed out, and I'm curious if Michael's actually talked to somebody at the post office, and they've been like, yeah, no problem, you guys can use the parking lot here at night. I want to say about a year ago, maybe it was even longer ago than that, they cut the hours dramatically at that post office. I think it closed at 6 o'clock. It used to be open until 9 o'clock. So it's not like they're using that customer parking lot. It's right across the street. But still, it seems like to put up a sign like that recommending it, you kind of got to get some kind of permission. And the post office just seems like a place you couldn't get permission for that sort of thing from, but who knows? And Michael's the kind of person that, people want to do stuff for. So, there's that. Wow, my lens is filthy. Let's see if I can make it any better here. Can I even find it? It's not better. Not better. So not better. I have nothing to clean it with. All right, here's a napkin. That's better. There's one thing that particularly negative about these cheap freebie phones. And whoa, hello. Wow. Pedestrians crossing against the light. Barely saw him until the last second there. And I've stated, this Obamaphone 3, the one I generally shoot most of my video on, is a T-Mobile TCL Rebel 4. And all things considered, it's not a bad phone for what it is. And what it is a free phone from a government program. Most phones in those programs are just absolutely awful. But if there's one thing I definitely don't like with this class of phones, and the same goes for budget phones that aren't freebie government phones, is the plastic lens cover on the front-facing camera, as opposed to higher quality phones in the used class. It's been quite some time since I've shot video with Obamaphone 4, and one of the big issues with Obamaphone 4 is I've got a crease in it, and it affects, it's visible in every video I shoot with it. So yeah, that's not a good thing. Did I say the date and the time? I don't think I did. I think I got distracted by the sign saying to park at the post office. Still Wednesday, July 12th. 2023, 9:26 p.m. and didn't really do much at Nu Towne. I mean, I figured I showed up looking for free food. The least I could do is have a $3 happy hour beer and tip the bartender $1. No sign of Michael, which is fine. He's not there every day. No entertainment or anything on deck there tonight. It's not busy, but there's a decent amount of people there. I'm just enjoying the jukebox. I did kind of get involved with the conversation where an older guy who I would estimate to be around my age, chatting with a younger guy that I thought was 30, was absolutely convinced that Tighten Up by Archie Bell and the Drells was, I'm trying to think who he said he thought it was. I think he said he thought it was James Brown. I think so. Maybe I'm misquoting that. But whoever it was, he was dead wrong. And I'm the guy that butts into those conversations just because I'm so into music, so knowledgeable about music, and when he said that, I'm like, no, that's the Drells. And the other guy looked over to me and he just lit up and was like, hell yeah, Archie Bell and the Drells. And he kind of pointed at me. He's like, see, that guy knows what's up. And at that point, I felt obligated to kind of walk over and show them. I checked the jukebox app. I was just in the process of opening the jukebox app, TouchTunes. They use TouchTunes over there. Just in the process of opening it up, and so yeah, like it was like right on cue with that's what was on the screen. I think it was Obamaphone 3 at that time. I got all 4 phones laid out in front of me as I'm having a beer, just kind of doing my thing by myself, and I hate to be the guy passing on the right, but that guy is going slower and is failing to get out of the passing lane. The traffic's getting a little denser. I'm trying to kind of focus on that, and I'm like hyper aware of the fact that I'm the little silver Chevy shit boxes blind spots. I'm trying to be extra cautious about that. In case he does think it's a good time to get to the right. There's times where I just gotta focus more on my driving and lose focus on what I was talking about. Oh yeah. So anyway, I've got the TouchTunes app open. So I showed it to the one guy. I'm like, yeah, this is playing on the jukebox. I said you can always use the TouchTunes app to see what a song is. And of course, I opened it up and it showed that it was Archie Bell and the Drells. And then the guy that was sitting next to him was like, "Oh yeah, no, I know it." He goes, "I played it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, shit, that's different." And the song before that was Malo Suavecita, which I absolutely love that song. And in fact, that's kind of, I think, in my top plays, like when I open up my TouchTunes app. In fact, I think I played that the last time I was chilling in a bar playing TouchTunes. So it'd be not only my top plays, but I wouldn't have to dig far back in my recent plays to find it either. He's like, "Oh hell yeah!" And I'm like, and I just commented that I really love that song, that I have it on 8-track at home, and that yeah, them and War. And I should have mentioned Santana, because Santana's in that vein too. But yeah, Malo and War just kind of occupy the space of like Latino soul rock that is just such a great formula. There's not a lot of bands that really fit into that vein. And yeah, Malo, probably one of the best for that sound, and not as well known as I wish they were. I'm well over a week behind on uploading my vlog, kind of pushing a week and a half behind on uploading my vlog, and yeah, I'm oversharing. I tend to do that when I'm spending a lot of time alone, because it helps keep me sane, and it quiets the bad voices in my head. I'm in such a transitional phase in my life right now that I really want to document it, just in case everything goes to shit. I can go back. That and interestingly enough, I find when I've got a delay between where I'm at and what I'm uploading, as I'm working on stuff like the editing of the vlog, and granted it's taken away time from probably other more important things I should be doing, but I find that I notice things that I forgot to do, and I'm able to do it. Like, I have been kind of dropping the ball on trying to find my EBT card or replace my EBT card, and benefits have been there for 6 days now, I'm pretty sure. So I got a couple letters from DES that are sitting on my bed that I really should open. Ooh, I think I just upset a guy in an oversized pickup truck who was getting ready to pass me on the right. He just flashed his brights at me. Yeah, this is not the passing lane, dude. And I'm moving over here not only because I'm slower traffic, but because I'm exiting at 19th Avenue. Yeah, and that guy wasn't exiting, so left to pass. The left side is the pass side, the right side is the suicide. Don't ever forget that. Turn left from the middle lane. I'm pretty sure this is a turn any way you want. Yep, I just saw the marking on the road. Turn any way you want lane. I'm going straight here because there are railroad tracks. I'm at 19th Avenue and I-10. Wow, that light was right on time. I mean, I could have turned right on red there, but you know, I'll take the green. Thank you. Coming up on the intersection of 19th Avenue, Grand, and McDowell, which is one of the few six-way intersections on Grand Avenue. It didn't get the gradient level intersection treatment when they were doing that project. God, that's probably been 20 years ago, 15 years ago or so. I forget exactly what year it was, actually. So long ago, I forget. It seems like that was going on, though, when I was either at a time period where I wasn't driving much or a time period where I was living in Tucson. So, but yeah, that intersection pretty much the same as it's always been. Now, granted, Grand Avenue going towards downtown from there has changed dramatically because of the road diet, which starts just a couple blocks further down the road. Of course, this intersection coming up here, 23rd Avenue and Encano and Grand, is also the same as it's been as long as I can remember. Although that's not a Strode intersection, like a six-way Strode intersection like McDowell is, that in Encano and 23rd Avenue are half-mile streets. But yeah, the whole expressway gradient level intersection thing kind of starts right after this light here, which makes this, I feel, the quickest way to get to. I always want to call it Carousel. And the funny thing is, a friend of mine posted a snap of her at a place called Carousel. Skipper's Lounge, that's where I'm headed to. I don't know why I got that name so firmly wrong in my head. Now, I can't think of any place like immediately near me in my neighborhood that does Wednesday karaoke. I mean, I'm trying to be super low budget right now. I haven't been to Skipper's in a while. I want to touch base with their karaoke host. But yeah, mostly I want to touch base with her and let her know, hey, I finally got a show. I mean, I know she's hosting on Saturday night, so there's no way she can support it, but I just like to keep others in the biz apprised of, like, you know, where I'm at, what I'm doing, see if they got any leads for more shows. And as I mentioned earlier, I haven't had any contact with, wow, this guy's lights keep blinking off. That's not good. His tail lights on me. I haven't had any contact with the manager of Royale Lounge, so I don't. As far as I know, I mean, I tend to operate with no news is good news. Just follow the plan, and I found she's like, the last time I talked to her, it was super fucking awkward, and her and our personalities do tend to kind of clash. So as long as everybody's happy with me there, it's probably, the less I communicate with her, it's probably the better. That's generally how I stayed with Jim at Bullock's, and I think that's why I was there for such an extended period of time. So yeah, I'm just gonna roll like that. Certainly, it's not a time to ask for more money yet, and yeah, I think at this point it's just time to kind of stay low key and build the following on the show and try to be there on off nights when I expect there to be people there. But tonight, I want to go someplace where I can sing. So Skipper's it is. This here was the first gradient level interchange that was added to Grand Avenue. And this one was Indian School up and over. And the one I just went through, by the way, that was over at Thomas 27th Avenue, which, as you saw, was Grand up and over. Yeah, there are times I wish it was Grand that did the up and over. In fact, there have been talks over the years of turning Grand into a freeway, and I think that would be fabulous. But then again, there are still so many businesses that are still viable businesses along Grand Avenue. So I'm sure every time ADOT's done a study out of it, they probably come to the conclusion of, yeah, this is extremely cost prohibitive, you know, when they look at the acquisition of property. And granted, they could always use eminent domain, but I just find eminent domain is just a completely evil concept, and I'm still absolutely disgusted that it went all the way to the Superior Court and was upheld, because I don't know. To me, it just seems completely unconstitutional. But, I mean, they are the Supreme Court, and until somebody challenges it with a different set of circumstances, that's the law of the land. So. All right, I'm trying to pass this guy, but the guy in front of me who's weaving lanes is not doing any faster than the guys in front of me, because I think this is, actually, no, this is Camelback. This is Camelback. I want the next exit. Oh, no, I wanted Camelback. God damn it. Should have went with my gut on that one. I don't drive this area very often, so sometimes I'm a little off with it. Yeah, Camelback, 43rd, Home Depot on the left, where my mom used to work. And, yeah, that's where I wanted to exit, which that takes you to Camelback, then left on Camelback, right on 43rd, and I would have been a mile away from the damn bar. Now I'm going out of my way. Oops. You know, it seems I consistently make navigation issues coming to this bar, and that's probably the first sign it's farther than I should be going, especially since I'm trying to conserve my gas these days, right? But hey, at least I have enough available credit right now on my I wonder if this is a right turn lane that actually gets me to the street. I'm drawing a blank on that, but I'm seeing a right turn only lane, so I'm hopeful. Not fond of right turn lanes that only exist to turn you into a business, which is what this is. And it's a business with not even an open gate. Thankfully, the guy behind me saw it was coming out. Thank you for changing lanes, dude. Oh, man. That just immediately put a song in my brain. I might have to sing that. Geggy Taw is the artist, and I think the song is called Thank You. And if you've never heard that one before, I'm trying to remember to put a link in the amazing one-hit wonder. One of those albums, definitely a one-hit wonder album where you listen to the rest of the album and you're like, yeah, I should have probably bought the single. The rest of the album really didn't do it for me. But God, I love that song, Thank You, by Geggy Taw. It's got like a catchy, funny little... it's hard to describe like what genre and style of music it is. It's really kind of its own thing, but the chorus really applied. That's why it just suddenly went in my head. It's like all I want to do is to thank you as I was driving in my car. You let me change lanes. I want to thank you from afar. So that just happened. Props to the guy for seeing I was stuck in a turn lane that went nowhere and changing lanes to let me back in. And I was signaling that I was coming back in, so I wasn't, trying to cut anybody off. But yeah, I was coming from nearly a dead stop on a road where the traffic flow is like 60 miles per hour. And we got a taco truck with a canopy on the left with a lot of people at it. That's huge. That's a good sign in a hood like this. That's where the real Arizona food's at. Just saying. Fuck pricey 5-star restaurants. Those are the spots. Speaking of pricey restaurants, Priscilla sent me a link to a job posting, and she asked if I got the link, but then she asked me in a really weird way, and I just kind of responded regarding the really weird way she asked, as opposed to saying yes, I got the offer. But she randomly put the letter P in it, and I'm like, I would like some P. Like some P. Thank you. I'm down with OPP. Yeah, you know me. Anyway, yeah. For a dishwasher position at a fancy restaurant. And the idea of being a dishwasher right now, not appealing, just for the record. But it's a job I've done before. In fact, it seems like I was kind of monologuing on one of my, oh God, I just dead here tonight. Monologuing not that long ago on my blog about how my first delivery job was actually, pizza delivery job was actually not a pizza delivery job, rather was a dishwasher job where I occasionally got to deliver pizza in somebody else's vehicle. And so yeah, it's a job I've had before. It's not really what I'm looking to do at 53 years old, considering my massive qualifications, but since I'm not particularly good at putting together a resume, and if I do, it literally shows no focus whatsoever. I'm like a jack of all trades, unemployed at all of them. I do believe it's paying like $18 an hour with daily pay. Which, by the way, I don't think I really finished what happened with my conversation with the rep from Manpower. So the guy that called me is actually specifically for hiring at HelloFresh. And I think I did explain that yeah, so he doesn't hire for any forklift position. All pit driver positions within HelloFresh those are people that work for HelloFresh, and you basically need to work for a temp agency for 3 months in food production, basically doing what I'm doing now. Before you move into actually working for HelloFresh, they hire from within that way. At that point, I could look into pit driver stuff. Honestly, I'm enjoying working at HelloFresh. And I feel like the issue that I had with Mr. Coming to America, aka No Bottoms 2.0, I feel like that kind of resolved itself yesterday. And I wasn't 100% following his directive yesterday, but I will say that while I don't think he had a high enough IQ to explain why that made a difference, to hit the ready button, look at the number first, and then look at the number. No, look at the number first. You need to look at the screen first, not look at the number. Sorry, people with accents just kill me. They do. Especially when I have trouble, when I can tell the person is just barking orders and not listening to me, which he was clearly not hearing me or understanding me or answering any of my questions. If he could have articulated why it made a difference, I would have felt differently. And I had a great conversation on second break while I spent my lunch with Derek, not Derek Africa No Bottoms, but Derek the Winolo HR rep. About how, yeah, that was stupid. And I did comment to him, it's like, actually, there is a reason for it. And I saw it, and I've kind of incorporated that into my workflow. And the reason for it is, as soon as I hit that ready button, it frees the person at the workstation to my right or to my left, depending on the line. But the person upstream from me, it gets them working. Because until I hit that ready button, the person upstream from me is stuck. But So yeah, and so I'm honestly a little bit glad that Coming to America forced me to adapt a little bit, because I don't think I would have done it otherwise. In fact, I was pretty adamant and kind of got shitty with the people on the right of me that would reach over and hit my ready button because it was throwing my rhythm off. But now that I was kind of forced to do it for a little bit, it's made me adapt and grow. And I would have maybe figured this one out on my own. I'm generally one that always tries to adapt and grow and think of ways to do whatever I'm doing better, above and beyond what the this is the flow, this is the way, you need to do it the way. But actually, looking at the job and looking what I can do in my idle time between steps to make my position and workflow faster. And if that ready light comes on, if it says ready on my screen before the box comes to me or right as the box comes to me, it is definitely faster for everyone, not necessarily for me, but for the line as a whole, for me to hit that ready button first. Even if it slows me down a little bit, and it does, it's better for the line as a whole. And I see that now. I did not see that when I was working, not last night's shift, but the shift before that. I did not see that. But I see that now. However, and what Coming to America couldn't seem to comprehend is that most of the time, because I'm a fast worker, I'm not the one that's holding up progress. I'm waiting on the people that are downstream from me. I just dropped my fucking keys into Never Land. God damn it. Can I get him? Yes. So I got to try to clean out the inside of this carpet. You can be under the seat. I mean, my God, it's been like 2 years since I lost the other suction cup from my sunshade. And I know it's under there somewhere. Anyway, most of the time, since I'm pretty quick, I'm waiting for the people upstream to hit their ready buttons. And when that happens, I forget what the screen says. You think I would know the word that says this sitting there on my screen? But when I see it, I know what that means is that I'm waiting for the people upstream to catch up on their work and hit their ready buttons. I never hit the person to the left of me's ready button for them because I know how much that messes me up. And I tend not to tell that person, hey, hit your ready button, because it just seems kind of rude to me. I just watch and observe. And then, before they hit the ready button, I'm trying to do what I can to make my workstation. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for them to hit ready, because that means ready's going to hit my screen. And part of being ready for them to hit ready is having already read the box number. So I'm evolving a flowchart of how I do that position. And maybe Africa No Bottoms didn't notice, Nu 2.0 coming to America. Maybe he didn't notice and just saw that I was working, and it could be that he's just paying attention to where errors were coming from. He said 2 errors came from me. I genuinely don't believe that I made those errors. And I said he was falsely accusing me and gave my reasons why, and he's like, no, my screen says it, my screen is right. This guy is clearly a low IQ diversity hire. I'm not saying that to be racist or mean. As a Menson, I see this shit. I can't not see this shit. Just saying. Anyway, I'm getting hot out here. I did want to go a little bit. I still haven't described the whole Africa No Bottoms 2.0 thing, but I keep kind of going back to it because it's kind of a big deal. But yeah, I do dig HelloFresh. But yeah, the guy that called me back today from Manpower was just a recruit there. And what ended up being kind of a deal breaker with it, and I'm not going to say fully deal breaker because we exchanged information, but he said that they have a 2-week onboarding process, and then I'm looking at another 2 to 3 week training and onboarding process, which the training process seems stupid to me because at this point I feel like I'm already trained. Like I can't imagine what onboarding they give me. I think it's going to be completely redundant to what the unpaid onboarding, I might add, that I got through Winolo. I mean, on the bright side, it's just getting paid to sit around and watch videos of probably the same shit I've already done. It's not a bad thing, but the bad thing is I'm looking at probably 2 weeks until they actually schedule me to the point where I'm getting paid, and then probably another 2-week delay till I receive a paycheck, and that don't get August rent paid. And when I explained that, I asked him the question, well, what would be my timeline? Because this is where I'm at financially, and I've got to pay $1,000 rent on August 1st. And he was like, ooh, I'm glad you asked that because, yeah, this isn't going to get it done, bro. So I forget his name, but the guy was really cool. And I'm not ruling out going that route, but it's not the thing to do right now. And that dishwasher thing Priscilla threw my way might actually be. Right now I'm looking at the fact that I'm getting a decent amount of jobs thrown my way at HelloFresh, not HelloFresh, I'm sorry, through Winolo. And I could have worked some stuff through Winolo today. I feel like I needed to sleep. I feel like I need my time to come in here. I'm not sweating that I missed opportunities today. Sometimes they do come last minute on Winolo, and that just is what it is. I'm scheduled for another shift tomorrow. It's kind of a low paying gig, but my phone's just sitting here on the charger, trying to export in fact, I think it's done. At this point, since I'm so behind on the vlog, I'm going to start trying to do some, and of course this just gets me further behind, but trying to post some preview videos. So at least things that are really about current events get posted while they're current events instead of history from, 2 weeks ago. Particularly the thing I did this morning when I drove through the zone as there was the judge's ruling being read on KTAR. I mean, that was pretty epic. Although watching that footage, man, I really should have, instead of driving directly in, I should have thought about how cameras record stuff, and I should have went all the way into downtown around the sheriff's office and then gone in the other way. That way the sun could have been behind me lighting things up, so I would have got good quality video, as opposed to just creating glare so you can't really see it very well. Although, had I done that, by the time I entered the zone and was shooting video, that news piece would have already passed. So it is what it is. It's already done. I can't change it. All I can do is edit it and post it. I intend to actually post that while I'm in the bar tonight on their Wi-Fi. I've got it edited and saved. It's ready to post next. But yeah, I am scheduled for a Winolo shift. Already been paid for last night's shift there with Winolo. So yeah, one thing Winolo's definitely getting done is getting me that money when I need that money, because man, I need my money right now so I can make these things happen. Yeah, so tomorrow, 4:30 p.m., I will be working at Restaurant Depot in Mesa. It's near Extension and Baseline. So not a bad commute from home, although I have to be there at 4:30 p.m., so I will be dealing with some hellaciously bad traffic trying to get there, and I won't have time to do dinner at Andre House before I go. Let's see what they have to say here about the job on the app. 4:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. With a 30-minute unpaid break. Estimated total pay is $105.60. You know, $100 is $100. I'll take it. Would I accept a full-time job with this kind of hours and pay? Fuck no. Travel tips. When you arrive, all Winolos must sign in at reception and then check in with HR or senior manager. Must fill out the employee COVID-19 screening questionnaire. Really? Are we still doing that bullshit? When signing in as well. All Winoloers are required to sign in and out on sign-in sheet, as well as clock in and out for the shift on the app. I don't know why that's in all caps. I don't know why they're yelling like that, but it's there. What to do when you arrive. Job is a 5-minute punch window. Starting cleans job with the punch window. We'll round the posted job start and end time. You know, I don't like showing up 5 minutes early or leaving 5 minutes late and not getting paid for those 5 minutes. It does make a difference, and I didn't get paid for that difference yesterday, and I did on July 4th. So, wow, there's really no other information shown. It just says general labor. I don't care, man. If they want me sweeping the floor and emptying the trash, I will sweep the floor and then empty the trash. I'm not proud. It's not a full-time thing. But yeah, I'm considering the restaurant, the dishwasher thing. I mean, $18 an hour paid daily. I would say a week of that, and I got my rent paid. Just saying. Anyway, I'm sweating in a big way out here, so it's time to get the hell into the bar, even though it's dead up in there. 9:58 p.m. right now. It's prime karaoke time on a not prime karaoke night. Yeah, let's do this.